Hail Swabbies, it's your Cappy. So, it's probably been about a month since I have uploaded, and I'm gonna go ahead and just do a one-off video here of Top Gear that was suggested to me by my good friend Adam, and now's the time for I will never tire of giving him shoutouts, so that's kinda how it happens. Top Gear is probably one of my favorite racing games. In fact, it might be my very favorite racing game. I have no idea why my mother didn't just buy it for me. Anyway, Blazer is my freaking 6-year-old nickname, so that's what we're going with. I've actually recorded a few times since my last upload. I just haven't really been happy with what I've recorded. Just a lot going on and kind of a lot of stress, and so I think I'm gonna just play some Top Gear, low stress, low kind of everything. We're just gonna have some fun. I think I'm gonna forego time limits too, and we're just gonna go based on country. I'm gonna just try and beat the USA, and we'll call this episode good then. Like I said, this is probably one of my favorite racing games ever. I played it all the time when I was little, and I don't know, the music, the game, just love it. This is actually probably one of my favorite soundtracks for a video game as well. Like I said, I just really dig it. Some of the really cool things about this game, this is one of the ones where, clearly you can tell it's a early style game, but it's got, like the 3 nitro power-ups, so you can shoot your nitros while you're doing your races. You'll see that here in a second. There we go. Pumped a nitro, because that dude is gonna win if I don't. This also has 4 different vehicles you can pick. There's the red one down there. It's the fastest, but it has a high gas consumption. The one I like to drive is the white one, the Sidewinder. It's got the best turning. I think it's actually one of the slower vehicles, though, all in all. And then there's kind of 2 in-betweener vehicles. Like I said, the music is jamming in this game. I love it. Anyway, this was always my favorite vehicle, so I like to drive this one. Yes, also, you did hear me correctly. I said there's gas consumption in this game, so you have to actually stop and do pit stops in the longer races. So it's really, like I said, it's kind of sophisticated as far as racing games go. This early on in console life cycles. Now the issue is I haven't played in years, so I'm kind of getting my butt handed to me by the CPU. I won that last race first place. Hopefully I can keep this one up too. It gets really frustrating though, because there's no side collisions because everybody's 2D. So there's always these front and back collisions. You keep running into people all the time. It gets kind of difficult. So a lot of the later levels get totally crazy too. As you get into I think China is where it gets really difficult. They start putting different, you see the bushes on the sides. There's all kinds of signs and little different things that get in the way. Also, there is a way to change the color of your vehicle. I just don't remember how. See, like that. Oh, sucker! Okay. Sorry, I get kind of pumped when I play this game. Oh, jeez. It gets kind of scary. Dang it, like that! Oh no! Oh no! Okay, I think this is the last lap, so I've got to just cruise or else the CPU is going to take over. I've used 2 of my nitros already. Like I said, this car has the has the best handling. That's why I always select it. So you can usually use the nitros on the corners and different things like that. This game is, like I said, again, for being such an early game, is actually really kind of sophisticated. Like when I was little, I didn't realize things like your gas bar goes down faster if you're using nitros and different things like that. This, by the way, is one of my favorite races. It's one of the nighttime races, so that's pretty cool. Later on, it gets really crazy, and the race goes from daytime to nighttime. So, you know, just saying. Throw a wild party, because it gets crazy up in her. So clearly you can see, as far as the, like, main CPUs, it's relatively easy to get up to first place. Of course, I am playing on amateur. I'm playing on the lowest difficulty. The real trouble comes when you're trying to play against the quote-unquote second player CPU. This is a multiplayer game, so you can play it two-player, and that is my preference. Like I said, I got it all the time when I was younger. My brother and I would play a lot. You know, I'd have my little buddies over and we'd play Top Gear and whatever else. So it is multiplayer. They also have Top Gear 2 on the SNES. Dang it! Get out my way, bro! Freaking dang it! I'm not sure what lap I'm on. I think I've got one more. Yeah. One more to try and get in front of this dude. So, they do have Top Gear 2, which I don't enjoy quite as much, but I do really enjoy as well. Top Gear 2 was really fun and interesting because it introduced, you know, upgrading your vehicle. You'd win money at the end of each race, and you could upgrade your vehicle, buy new, you know, a new gearbox so you accelerate faster, a new engine so you drive faster, more NOS, armor for your car, different things like that. So that was really interesting, a really fun game. Significantly more difficult than this one because you have to try and keep up with everybody if you're not buying all of your stuff. So San Francisco, this is the last race in the United States. We'll quit after this. This is probably my very favorite in the whole game. I really like New York, but this one's probably my very favorite. This one is almost requisite to take a pit stop. It's a 6-lap race. See, you'll see the pit there on the right. I'm going to try and do it without. That's one of the bonuses of my Sidewinder here. It's got really good fuel consumption, and so that CPU down there is going to have to take a pit stop at least for a minute or two. And by a minute or two, I mean a couple of seconds. Whereas I should be able to just gain ground the whole time. So we're going to see how that goes. One of the things I mentioned is your nitro actually uses your fuel faster, and that's clearly something I didn't realize as a child playing this game. So I remember I used to just blast my nitros. I remember one time, and this is why this race was always my favorite, I blasted all my nitros, I ran out of gas, I thought I was going to lose the race, and I hit the section that we're coming up to here in just a second, where there's all of these hills, and I ended up winning the race because I hit all these hills and coasted my way into the finish line. So I thought that was pretty spiffy as a kid. Super excited about that. Anyway, so like I said, you'll see his fuel bar's getting pretty low already. He's like halfway. So he'll have to take a pit stop. I hope he'll have to take a pit stop and I don't have to use my NOS to get caught up, but if that's what we gotta do, that's what we gotta do. You'll also notice, like, these straightaways, he just blows me out of the water. But the turns, I start to catch up to him. Like I said, really kind of a sophisticated game for its age, for its time. However, I can't imagine it's terribly exciting for you guys to watch me play this game, so we're probably never going to do a full Let's Play of this. Also, it's really long, if I remember correctly. So like I said, we probably won't ever do a full Let's Play of this. There he goes. See, so he's in the pit stop right now. He's going to fuel up a little bit, and I need to basically have a perfect race here so that I don't have to use my nitro to stay ahead of him. I think we've got one more lap, and I'll probably just let loose all barrels on that last lap so I keep my distance. So again, you know, stuff like that too. There's a little bit of strategy to the game, trying to decide, you know, when do you use your nitro? What do you do to stay ahead? You know, can you handle a nitro on a turn? Do you have to wait for a straightaway? Different things like that. Just very, very fun, very interesting. Really like it. Here we go. We're just gonna let loose. See how fast we can get. Oh, jeez! We were at almost 200 miles an hour. So there it is. There's Top Gear. Like I said, it's a game I really, really enjoyed when I was little. This and Turtles in Time, Joe and Mac were probably like my top 3 games I always had my mom renting from the video store. Look at that sap. He was like 19 seconds behind me. As you can tell, I still do pretty well at this game, even though it's been many, many years. And there we are, Blazer, first. Look at me go. Look at me go, guys. Password, Moonbath. This is back in the day where passwords mattered. So again, we're going to go ahead and call it quits. Go ahead and let's hear your favorite racing game down in the comments. And why it's your favorite racing game. I don't care, you know, if it's Mario, Need for Speed, Gran Turismo, whatever. Let's hear it. All right, no rest for the wicked, guys.